Hey yogis, you're very welcome in joining me for today's yoga practice, designed to bring comfort to office workers and those of you who spend long periods sat at a desk. Together, we'll focus on releasing strain from the neck, shoulders, back and hips, while simultaneously melting away any built-up workday stress. We'll begin by dropping our right ear towards our right shoulder, beginning to draw your right hand up and overhead, resting it down towards your ear, and we'll extend our left arm away from us. To deepen the stretch, walk the fingers further away and begin to relax into the shoulders. Breathing into any tension and releasing with the exhale. And begin to drop your chin towards your chest, going deeper into the back of the neck, down into the shoulders. Last breath. And we'll begin to release, bring the head back to center, and we'll swap sides, sweeping the left hand up and overhead and resting it onto your ear as you drop your shoulder down your back. Relaxing and releasing. Melting away any tension, melting away any stress. We'll begin to drop our chin towards our chest. Breathing into our back body, letting go of our day so far. Letting go of any worries, any plans. And we'll release, bring your head back to center, and we'll sweep our arms up and overhead, taking a twist, twisting over to the left, resting your right hand to the outside of the left knee, and your left hand rests behind you, looking over the left shoulder. Sitting up nice and tall and twisting from the belly. Inhale, finding length. And exhale, we deepen. Inhale, sweep the arms back up, and we'll take it to the next side, looking over the right shoulder. Left hand rests to the outside of the right knee. Twist from the belly, keeping that length through the spine. Breathing deep into our twist. And inhale, arms back up and resting down. From here, we're going to bring ourselves into downward facing dog. So take a moment to set ourselves up, spreading our fingers nice and wide. We'll begin to tuck our toes under as we lift our knees off the mat, pressing our hips nice and high towards the back of the room. Beginning to look towards the space in between our legs. And begin to walk out the dog, bending and straightening, opposite knee. Finding length through the back body, down through the legs. We'll begin to look up towards our hands, nice and slowly walking our way towards the top of the mat into a forward fold. Allowing our upper body to hang heavy over our legs, keeping a nice deep bend in the knees, taking hold of opposite elbows, maybe rocking side to side, or just allowing the upper body to hang heavy, releasing and letting go of the lower back, relaxing through the shoulders, soften through the neck. Sending the breath deep down through the body, releasing any stress back out. Inhale and exhale. We'll release our fingers down towards the mat, bending into the knees as much as you need to step your right foot towards the back of the mat, coming into a low lunge. Dropping the knee down, planting our hands down on the mat, and we'll allow our chest to hang heavy over the left leg. making sure our knee is in line over the ankle, and we're keeping our gaze looking down towards the mat so we're not straining our neck. Allowing the hips to be heavy, releasing any tension that we've built for sitting in one position for a long period of time. Release with each exhale. Noticing any tightness, any stiffness. Just noticing what you notice in the body. We'll come high up onto our fingers. We're going to make our way into pigeon by heel toeing our foot over towards the right side of the mat, dropping the knee down towards the mat, and begin to level off the hips, making sure we're not collapsing to one side or the other, and lift and lengthen through the spine, creating lots of space through the chest as we drop our shoulders down away from the ears. Option to close the eyes or bring a soft gaze. Soften anywhere that you can. Soften the back leg. Soften the shoulders. And we'll plant both hands back on the mat. And we'll begin to walk the knee back in. And bring our left leg to meet the right, back into downward facing dog. Pedaling out through the legs. Noticing how the right side of the body feels from the left. Maybe dropping the left hip in, dropping the right. Keeping our neck, our head nice and relaxed. Looking up towards the top of the mat, we'll walk our feet back up into forward fold. Deep bend in the knees, upper body hanging heavy over the legs. And we'll take it to the next side, planting both hands on the mat. We'll step our left leg this time towards the back of the mat, keeping our right knee in line over the ankle, and we'll take our low lunge on this side, dropping the hips forward and down, gaze looking down towards your toes, and breathing into the hips. Notice how the right side of the body feels from the left. Just notice what you notice. And we'll come high up on our fingers. We'll take it to pigeon on this side. Heel toe the right foot over towards the left side of the mat as we drop the knee down towards the ground. Lift and lengthen through the spine, staying high up on the fingers or planting the hands. Open through the chest, shoulders relaxed down your back. Bring a soft gaze or closing the eyes. And once again, making sure our hips are nice and level. And we're not feeling any sharp pains anywhere in our body. Keeping it all nice and soft. And we'll plant our hands down onto the mat, draw the left knee back in towards you, and we'll bring ourselves back through to downward facing dog. Once again, pedal out through the legs, making sure we're not going to take any tension away with us. And we'll hover forward, drop our knees down onto the mat, coming through tabletop. We're going to bring ourselves into Sphinx pose. So dropping down onto our bellies, untucking the toes, making sure our elbows are in line under the shoulders, palms resting on the ground. As we draw our shoulders down our back, we open our chest forward, allowing the belly to rest heavy on the mat. Keeping our gaze looking forward, chin in line with the mat. Actively trying to draw your arms back towards you as you open deeper into the chest. Inhale and exhale. begin to make a pillow with our hands, resting one on top of the other. And we'll rest our forehead down on top of our hands. Just taking a moment to allow the spine to realign. Allowing our hips to be heavy as we focus on our breath. We're going to bring our hands back in line with our shoulders, keeping our elbows tucked in, forehead resting on the ground. On an inhale, we're going to lift our body into Cobra, keeping our neck nice and long, keeping the elbows tucked into the sides of the body, gaze looking down towards the mat, strengthening our shoulders, opening through our chest and our back body. Remember to breathe. Inhale and exhale, we release our forehead back down towards the ground. From here, on an inhale, option to come up into Cobra or coming up into upward facing dog. Straightening through the arms, engaging through the legs, thighs come up away from the mat, opening through the front body, creating loads of space while we stretch out the muscles in the belly, opening through the shoulders, opening through the hips. Inhale and exhale. And we'll gently release the legs down towards the mat. Nice and slowly release the forehead back down towards the ground as we extend our arms out behind us, palms facing up, shoulders rest towards the mat. And we'll take a breath. Allowing the body to center and relax. Bring your hands back in line with the shoulders. We're going to press our body up, coming through to child's pose. Bring our big toes to touch, knees comfortably wide apart. Rest your forehead down towards the ground, hips heavy towards the heels. We'll extend our arms out long away from us, forearms coming up off the mat to deepen and go further into our shoulders. We can come high up onto the fingertips as if we're trying to claw down into the mat, getting a nice lift into the armpits as we straighten and strengthen and stretch through our arms. Maybe walking the fingers further away from you. And then planting the hands down on the mat, we'll begin to make the pose more restorative, resting the forearms heavy. Begin to soften everything. Relax the arms, the shoulders, the hips and the legs. Begin to soften and slow down the breath. And after your next breath, gently peel your body back up to seating. From here, we're going to bring ourselves back into a comfortable cross-legged seat. We'll rest our hands down on our knees and begin to rest and close your eyes. Relax through the shoulders. Relax through the arms and into the legs. Relax the muscles in your face. And bring a slight smile to your face. And this is where I'll leave you for today. Thank you very much for joining me for our practice. I look forward to seeing you again on the mat very soon. Namaste.